everybody, it's Amy Rich with amyrich.net. I'm back with Beautiful Autumn, the bundle that comes with the 3 punches and the stamp set. Today we're not going to use those 3 punches, so we're going to set that aside. But we are going to use numerous stamps from the Beautiful Autumn stamp set. We're going to start with a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 Whisper White cardstock. And I want to get a good feel for where the middle of it will be. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up these 4 squares on either side of my grid paper. 1, 2, 3, 4 on both sides. And then we're going to take and line up these so that this that I talked about is in the middle. Okay, does that make sense? We want to line it up so that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares on either side of that center. And then what I'm going to do is take a pencil and I'm just going to mark it so that it's easy to get that put in the right place each time. When I made multiples of these, it was easier if that was marked. So here's why. I'm going to show you why. I cut a piece of just regular lightweight copy paper, colored obviously, 1 by 6 I believe. And when I line this up on those marks that I made, now I'm going to line this up with this section that I talked about earlier. And I put a little two-way glue on this. Two-way glue is a glue that we used to carry in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, but no longer carry. But I hold on to that pretty closely because it works great. Once you put it on the back, let it dry, it works like a Post-it note. All right, so what I wanted was for that strip to be right in the middle. I'm going to use it as a mask. Then, using our foam mat, because they are photopolymer stamps, I'm going to take my leaves and then my pine cone, the shadow image of each of those. And I'm going to start with the CAJUN CRAZE ink and the maple leaf, and I'm just going to kind of go around, and I'm going to turn the leaf different directions. And then we're going to do that on the bottom as well. I don't want to go too far with it, but I also want, like up and down, but I also want to get a nice covering on several areas of the paper around that mask. All right, let's close that up and take out Bumblebee next. I'm going to use Bumblebee for the oak leaf. And I'm just going to fill in with that oak leaf. Again, different directions, overlapping my mask, and then also just putting them out there. Oh, did I get that all over? I got a little splotch here, so we're going to just get that stamped so that we cover that up. See, once the mask is on, it doesn't matter if it turns on our scratch paper. We just wanted to make sure that mask, this area, was not stamped on. Quite a few oak leaves there. And now finally, we'll take the crumb cake attached on there a little bit better. We're going to use the crumb cake then and our pine cone to fill in some different areas. I like to make sure I get it turned different directions again so that we've got it very random. but I also want to fill in white space. That was close. While I've got that crumb cake open, now I'm going to put the highlighting lines on our oak leaves with this. And then we're going to use the early espresso to do the highlighting on the other images. And as you can see, I really like to turn the paper rather than the stamp. I'm not sure what's easier, but that's how I like to handle it. So we'll get these all highlighted with the veins. Come back here. And you can line it up pretty well, and if it's off a little bit, that's okay. It's part of the charm. Okay, now I just want to make sure, oop, there's one down here in the corner. Make sure I got all those. And we'll do the same thing with the pine cone, and you'll see that this really sets those pine cones off. Looks super nice. So as you can see, I've used this mask quite a bit. I made this card a while ago for a swap, so I needed a bunch of them. Now we will take our mask off and then grab the words, "Have a beautiful day." And those words come from that stamp set. Those go right in the middle. And then I took our copper brushed metallic paper. It comes in a pack with 3 colors. And what I did was I put some of our adhesive sheet on the back of this. It's 6 by 12. And then I trimmed off actually down to 5 1/4. And then I made some strips with that. So these strips are only 1/8 inch, then by 5 1/4. And when you peel that backing of the adhesive sheet off, then it's sticky on the back. So now I'm going to layer this. Let me just, and if you want to use the grid paper to get it straight, you can. It's probably not a bad idea, actually. I'll eyeball it here. So we do one there, and then we take another one here. So much easier than putting glue or tape on these little 1/8 inch strips. And it just finishes off those leaves, I think. It's really pretty. Then we're going to just take another piece 4 by 5 1/4, and I cut this piece at a 1/4 inch strip instead of a 1/8, so it's a little bit longer, and it's just going to go down at the bottom of this piece of Whisper White. So then when we take our early espresso card, let me get this out of the way here. Now we can put this on the front. And then we can put this on the inside. Isn't that pretty? Now, one final thing. In the Gilded Autumn Suite, which is where the stamp set comes from, there's also a ribbon combo pack. And it comes with these 2, and I'm using the copper for this one just for a quick accent. And it's almost like a metal, because when I was first working with it, I found out that it kind of bends and keeps its shape, just like kind of like wire wood. You know, it's got that. It's not just metallic looking, but it's got that metal feel to it. See, if you squish that, it stays. I know it's really unique, but I found that I really enjoy working with it. And then I'm just going to use a glue dot then to attach that down here to our card. So it's just got a little extra pop of copper. Now I just got to get those loops looking like I want them to. And then we will trim those off. What a beautiful fall card that is, isn't it? Thanks for watching today. I will see you next time.